capturing teens pulled over for a traffic violation. And during the stop, the teens say the officer's actions were out of line. Tonight, the police chief tells Kids 5 he is looking into the allegations. Now, the two young men spoke exclusively with Kids 5 reporter Megan Drana. And Megan, the teens say that this all started over a broken headlight.
Yes, Henry, the two young men were working on a car that they're trying to fix up Saturday night. They decided to give it a test drive around the neighborhood, and that's when they came across a Balcones Heights officer. But what happened next has left both traumatized.
We were on Fredericksburg at a stop sign, and a cop, I turned right, and that's when I seen that cop make a fat U-turn.
It's about 11:30 Saturday night, and 18-year-old Jaden Zimmerly is behind the wheel in Balcones Heights. His friend Giovanni Ramirez, also 18, was riding along. They say they noticed the cop car was following them.
But I see him excessively speeding to me, so I know he's about to light me up.
Zimmerly says he followed advice his mom had given him in the past to put on his hazard lights and drive to a safe location before pulling over. So he drove less than a mile home.
We get to my house, I pull in. I'm not speeding at all.
Balcones Heights Police Chief John Jahanara told me over the phone his officer claimed the driver was evading him. The officer then draws out his weapon. The chief also added dash camera video did confirm the hazard lights were on. Zimmerly says the teens complied with the officer as he asked them to get out of the vehicle with their arms up and then get on the ground.
We were like, "How was your day?" And he was all like, "Shut up."
He called me an Edgar, which is like people with this type of haircut. And like it just feels like he was calling me like slurs. Like, I told him I have a name, sir, and then he just ignored me. Like,
they admit they started to talk back to the officer.
I guess Gio said something that triggered his anger.
And it's this moment they claim the officer was using excessive force.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was doing. I just felt punches like force to my face and my head.
The police chief says his officer told him Ramirez had reached for his leg, so that's what prompted his use of force. But the chief added the body camera video didn't capture a leg grab. Ramirez says it didn't happen. All while this was going on, Zimmerly's father, who was outside the home, was also placed in handcuffs.
So I thought we were going to go to jail.
But then they say things started to de-escalate. Eventually, they were all let out of their handcuffs, and Zimmerly was ticketed for driving without insurance.
He was just out of pocket.
And Ramirez did go to the hospital the next day. He showed me a medical form that confirmed he has a concussion. He says he wants the officer involved off the force.
Which, Megan, now brings us to the investigation. So as we heard, the police chief told you there are body camera videos, dash camera videos. Is he going to release those?
Well, I filed an open records request with the police department. He tells me that once the internal investigation is over, he'll release those videos. Now, keep in mind, the police chief and a lieutenant are leading this internal investigation, and he says it should be wrapped up by early next week.
Early next week, and I know you will keep following. Megan, thank you so much for that report.